I was gonna tell you this. The guy who writes Rick and Morty writes on this show.
I was going to say, I saw it the other day.
Yes.
He writes on both.
The guy who
Dan
writes
Harmon?
for Rick and Morty, writes on this show.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes
Wow,
sense.
You-
not even stealing.
I was about to say, you said it last week, and then I heard somebody else say it after you said it, and I was like, oh shit, that's why he sees Rick and Morty in this.
Yeah, no, I mean, it sounds like it's taken directly from the whole time police thing from Rick and Morty.
Hey man, remember me? I got something for your ass. Don't someone mess with time. You don't with time, mother.
Now I ain't gonna do that because this story been around longer than Rick and Morty.
I'm not being serious, but yeah, no,
Allegedly.
it looks a lot like it.
All right, y'all, we finally here. Loki premieres this week. Make sure you tune in every Thursday at 10 a.m. for our episode reviews. Appreciate it.
With you not really being too much into the movies, were you able to follow like what was going on? Was like the brief overview they gave you enough? I think that's interesting because there's a lot of people who are picking up, like you, like they're picking up Marvel content now that the shows are out, but didn't necessarily follow the 20 films that came before these TV shows.
I've seen all the films. I
you
definitely
did?
seen all the films.
Okay,
I've never read any of the books. And I started rewatching all the movies that Loki was in before it dropped today. So seeing how it connects from like even like Shield, like I don't know if y'all watched Shield, the sitcom.
Agents of Shield.
Yeah. Even shit like that, like I would see little bits and pieces throughout everything. And to me, it's amazing how well prepared Marvel is as a company, because like everything is fucking connected. Everything is
like they got something for literally everything that they've done.
Everything. And it's like, yo, it's like you could watch one Avenger movie and see how they split, like they made like fucking 110 things from this one movie, like, you know what I'm saying, 110 different scenarios, different storylines.
Say so much from one scene and shit.
Yeah, I was
they
like,
still talking about
really...
Infinity Stones.
Yes, and I'm like, how the fuck does that play out? But I don't know. I didn't love the first episode, but like I said, I think I need to watch it again. I need to watch it again. I don't think I love the first
Loki on 4K.
So there's that. I may love it next week, but.
I think it was an okay start. I like that we got some nuggets that connected it back to some of the other shows that have already premiered. Right out the gate, Mephisto in the church on the picture. And he asked the little boy who did this, and he pointed to the devil. Man, we waited a whole series, waited a whole 9 episodes, or what was it, 8 episodes, 9 episodes of WandaVision. For Mephisto to pop up, we thinking everybody Mephisto, and he never showed up. So I'm thinking that Loki is going to flesh that out a little bit more. So this is definitely connected to WandaVision, and just in the first episode, you can tell they mentioned Nexus beings, a Nexus event, which is Loki. What happened with Wanda over there in whatever. What was the shit called? Westview.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, definitely headed toward a Battle World event. I don't know if y'all caught it, but when they were telling everybody about the timelines or whatever, combining. So the whole idea of the TVA is to prevent a war of the like the timelines.
Yeah.
But we're definitely headed that way. It's going to happen. It's inevitable.
So that kind of made me think, like, is Loki's not dead, right? So this is their way to kind of avenge him from after dying in Endgame.
So yeah, I would say this Loki, this version of him is not dead. The original,
there's like multiple Lokis. There's at least 3 now, because he's a villain and he's the person sent to stop villain Loki. And then there's the Infinity War Loki.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I gotta go back and do my homework.
Yeah, I was about to unpack.
I was stuck. I'm like, wait a minute, huh?
What I'm trying to figure out is, how did y'all go scoop up Loki, right? But just let Steve Rogers live his life. He went back in time
1,500 times.
Rogers that wasn't supposed to happen. Man's got frozen in a block of ice for a reason, right? So the whole life with Peggy Carter wasn't supposed to be there. Where's Steve at? When you're gonna go pick up Steve Rogers? Owen Wilson was a little bit better in this than I thought he was gonna be. It fits. I didn't think it was gonna fit at all, but it worked for some reason with him and Hiddleston.
Because he's a little quirky and Loki is like about his shit. Like he's straightforward. Like kind of balances off of each other.
I don't know. I look at both of them and both of them are goofy to me. So like maybe it was just an internal thing.
Also, I think Marvel officially said he's gender fluid. So
who's that?
And
who's
Loki.
Gender fluid?
Loki.
And then think about it is I feel like that's so misleading because he's a fucking shapeshifter. So it's like he's always
that's
been
the thing. Like he can turn into anything. So of course he's
like
of course
it's not.
He's
It's not
species fluid. He's everything fluid.
He can be whatever he wants to be.
Y'all got like somebody from Marvel saying that Loki is gender fluid. When did that happen?
They came out
they
like
dropped
before.
Like the card, the ID card, and it lists his gender as fluid. It's like filled in.
Yeah, for real.
No, but like, no. Okay, I'm not gonna fight this fight today. This is not the video.
I mean, he literally is.
No, but he's not though. He's not. He's written as he's a man. Well, a god, but a male. And then he's resurrected as a woman. Maybe that's what they're getting at. Like he dies and then he's resurrected as a woman at a certain point in the comics.
He's not resurrecting as the female
turn
Jesus.
into anything. So there's that too.
That's what I'm like it's weird.
No, I'm not about to have a pronoun fight. It's okay.
And they were like, because I like again, like I said, I've never read any of the comics, but in the group they were saying once they dropped that picture or whatever, that I guess they saying Loki in the books became a man. He was a man and then he became a female.
A woman. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and they said he had children and everything. And I'm like, I don't know about any of this, but I don't know if they're gonna let that part play out in the series.
Well, like Loki is kind of based in like actual Norse like mythology, and the actual Norse mythology, Loki was always shape-shifting and he's mischievous. So I mean,
yeah, I just think that's super misleading to just be like, it's good for a headline, but it's stupid when you really think about it. Like,
little performative because like what you said, when you actually flesh out what happened in the story, it's not exactly what they're hinting at. So it's typical.
Yeah, that's one of them
shit.
things. Like when, I remember when people was protesting and Jersey Mike said they had the BLM.
That shit was wonky as hell.
I feel like that's what that was. Like that's.
And what did the BLM stand for again? Though
bacon, lettuce, and mayo. I think.
No, it was
mayo.
Mayo. Bacon, lettuce, and mayo.
Real tragic. I feel like it's one of those little band-aids. Like, it's Pride Month, so we dropping Loki. Oh, and he's gender fluid. So
that is convenient. That's probably why they did that.
Convenient, right? But I'm like, it's hella misleading, bro, and it's really low-key insulting. But what do I know?
Loki got punched in slow motion. That shit was hilarious.
Multiple times.
Yeah, he kept catching the fade.
Always putting strong Black women in characters. Okay.
Old girl from
WandaVision.
Nah. She was in the HBO series, The Monsters. Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, I thought
you talking about the main cop, right?
The security guard. Yeah, the main guard.
Yeah, she was in.
That's just something that I noticed because in WandaVision, damn it, I forgot her name, but the girl with the curly hair, the dark skinned girl,
Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, they had her, and I'm trying to think. The Dora Milaje. It showed out in Captain America. Well, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and now this Black woman. So I feel like they're going out their way to make points, but I just appreciate all the Black women that's in the Marvel.
Strong Black lead.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And they're not like your typical Black women either. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're not fair skinned or, straight hair. Like they're like
brown
black.
hair.
Yeah, I'm about to say they're black.
Froze, bald, B2Bs.
You feel me? No hair. Or Melania, they all bald. You know what I'm saying?
They all bald and tatted on
their forehead. Or they're natural, like legit just black women. So shout out to them. I noticed that representation. Maybe the alphabet community, they might fuck with the fluid thingy on the, you know what I'm saying? That may be speaking to them. But to me personally, as a black woman, shout out to Margot for that shit.
Yeah.
I'll say only if we can get one of them black women to get paid like Chris Evans or, Robert Downey Jr. or Chris Pine or Benedict Cumberbatch. There may be an
opportunity for that in Black Panther, though.
Not for a while. It won't be for a while. Chadwick was still making chump change even into his fourth and fifth film. So, well, anyways, Loki.
But that's
Loki. Yeah.
That's different. But Loki.
What do you think about Loki being the villain and like the person
the hero
that's supposed to fight him, like the hero? Yeah.
It's perfectly in line with the concept of the show, right? Having all of these spinning off timelines and going through and having to correct them. So I don't think Loki is the only double we're gonna see in this show either. I don't know exactly who. I ain't gonna put a name on it because I don't know. But definitely not. We'll see some alternate versions of some other heroes that we already have in the current MCU.
I was wondering that too. Like, how would they incorporate that since they're not on the regular timeline?
Yeah, no, definitely going to see some alternate versions of some people. I wouldn't be surprised if we seen an alternate Thor, maybe an alternate Odin, somebody else in the Avengers. I don't know. Who ain't got nothing to do.
So who do y'all think that was at the end? That set the
was Loki, wasn't it?
It was either Loki or it was Mephisto.
Okay, because that's who I thought it was.
It was either Loki or Mephisto. I'm trying not to get back on the Mephisto train, basically the devil. Trying not to hop back on that, but they giving us Easter eggs now, like actual Easter eggs, like not shit that we have to interpret from ourselves. They had a whole mural on the wall of the devil. So like, MCU's devil is Mephisto.
What do you think of Loki sitting there watching basically his alternate timeline play out? And actually
like seeing his death? I thought his head was going to explode. I thought that was like a time travel rule. Like you can't see yourself die. You might go crazy or some shit.
But that's what I said earlier. Caught him in 4K.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, he just must not be dead.
Well, no, he's definitely not dead. But is he going to end up dead? If how do you correct the timeline if he doesn't end up dead?
But I feel like
change it.
I feel like he's going to change it. Yeah, when he saw himself, die, it definitely wasn't the outcome in which he thought it was going to be. So I think he's definitely out to change the timeline because he wants to be a king and he dies. Like he dies in the end game. It's over. And that's not the life he wanted. So I definitely think he's out to change all of that. But I just don't know how he's going to get out that space he's in. So I'm going to keep watching it. I'm excited to see. Does anybody know how many episodes this one is? Is it 6?
6.
They're all 6?
Mm. Well, okay. WandaVision was a little longer. WandaVision was like 8.
8, okay. That's what I thought. But I'm just excited to see how it pans out for real. Because just when I think they're not gonna be able to fit everything in 6 episodes or 8 episodes, it just gets crazy as fuck.
They gave us a lot.
I'll be sitting there like, yo, how the fuck do they do this?
And it happens real quick because it's only 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm. I'll be like, yo, it just amazes me just from just a production standpoint. Like they really got all their shit together, and DC just be out here throwing movies out. Like,
well, don't even speak of them.
Series turned into a whole 3-hour-long movie.
My bad. I'm just like, wow, they're just so organized. They're so organized over there at Marvel. Like, shout out to them.
DC actually helps Marvel because Marvel could put out a subpar project, but just because it's connected to all these other good films, like seeing what's happening across the street at Warner Brothers, it makes them look better just off comparison alone. Just by the simple fact that they got one story that they telling through all of the movie. They don't even got to be good.
Yeah.
They just keep kicking the ball down the line. Now, they didn't have a plethora of $1 billion films, so they're obviously successful, but it's not a requirement because their competition is so subpar.
So subpar. Like, so subpar. I'm not even going to do this on your show right now. I'm like, you know what? I could just yell out some movies right now that I never want to see again. Like,
sorry, DC stans.
Yeah, no, I feel bad for you.
What we think is going to happen in the next episode? Are we expecting anything, or are we just kind of waiting?
Let's see this variant Loki. Let's see the other Loki that they hunting. I like to see what version of Loki it is. Is it the woman? Is it child Loki? I mean, you do see different versions of Loki throughout the comics or whatever. Like you said, he's a shifter. So I want to see what the other variant looks like, and then also I would like to see. I want to know who that person was at the end. I want to know if that was the Loki variant or if that was actually Mephisto. If they're gonna give us Mephisto in this series, this is by far the best series that I think that we'll have this year. By far.
So does anybody know what's coming next? Or we just wait?
Miss Marvel.
Okay.
Well, Black Widow is in July, but the next TV show I think is Miss Marvel. And then Ironheart, if I'm not mistaken. Or no. What's Don Cheadle's show? Armor Wars.
Oh, okay.
Isn't there like a what if show or whatever? Is that?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to be. That's going to be like a offshoot animated kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like they'll have a different scenario every week. Like, oh, what if Peggy Carter was Captain America, or that kind of thing.
Any other Loki thoughts or anything like that at all?
Nah, man, excited. I think this is gonna be a good one for sure.
I'm excited to see how it play out. Like I said, I'm gonna watch it again, and I'm gonna keep watching it because I just like Marvel, so it really don't matter to me. But I'm excited to see how this all pans out and how they going to grab me in, because I know it's coming. I just don't know what episode it's going to be at.
Hey, where y'all going? Where y'all going?
Now that Loki's here every Thursday, expect to see something up with us responding, us reacting.
Are we beefing with Loki?
We beefing with Loki.
That's news to me.
Our timeline, cuz.
Yeah, Marvel, I hope you see this, blood. Since you want to switch up the release dates of your content, you missing what we got going on, cuz.
Making us record in the middle of the weekend shit.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas supposed to be napping at 10 o'clock at night. But what we doing? We up potting because we dedicated.
Yeah.
Do you want to get in the video too?
No.